Hey guys, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Chris and I'm here in beautiful, sunny Tampa, Florida. Beautiful day today. And I just felt inspired to take a minute to shoot this video for anyone that feels like they need a little bit of hope in their life. I don't know what your specific situation is, but I do know what it's like to sit in a space where everything feels dark and heavy. And the reality is, in those moments, I find it very easy to slip into a trap of hopelessness. See, in life, they tell us that we've got to be careful of false hope. As a kid, we learn, don't get your hopes up. But the reality is, I think that hopelessness is way more dangerous than hope, even if it's false. See, hope keeps you moving forward. Hope gives you the promise of another, brighter, better day. Hopelessness keeps you stuck. False hopelessness is way more dangerous than false hope. And I don't know your specific situation, but I do know times in my life where I've just felt like throwing my hands up in the air and laying down and quitting and burying my head in the sand. It feels like it's you against the world, and the problems just keep compounding. What's that saying? When it rains, it pours? But the reality is the opposite of that is true as well. If we can just not give up and just think about that next right step, the next right step can compound too. The solutions can compound too. I recently read a book called Relentless Solution Focus. It was written by Dr. Jason Selk. Highly recommend that book, by the way. But in the book, he talks about the fact that people don't move forward sometimes because they can't find the absolute total solution. They can't find that one next step that solves everything. And the reality is that just doesn't happen. It doesn't exist more times than not. What does exist, though, is one step forward that makes the situation 1% better. And then another step and another step. See, micro solutions can compound, and that's how we get to a better place. Just because we can't fix the situation absolutely doesn't mean that there's not a solution out there. We just have to move toward it incrementally. I'll take you back to 18, 19 months ago. I was at the unhealthiest I had ever been, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I was mourning the loss of my father who died to cancer. And I weighed 440 pounds. I was type 2 diabetic, high cholesterol, high blood sugar, you name it, a walking, ticking time bomb. And I had to make a decision. I had to snap out of hopelessness and just decide that there is hope and there is a path forward. And I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't even do it for myself. I did it for my family. I did it for my kids. Whatever your why is, it doesn't matter. Just find that why and lean into it. And don't give up. Take that next step. Today I sit here, I weigh 150 pounds lighter. I'm no longer diabetic. My A1C is perfect. My cholesterol is very good. All of those things are now in control. But guess what? I didn't snap my fingers and solve that overnight. It was one decision after another, one meal after another, one workout after another, one choice after another. Little steps to make myself 1% better each day. And it compounded into where we are right now. I went from the unhealthiest I had ever been to the healthiest I've ever been. And then guess what happened? In December, I got told by a doctor that I had cancer. Think about that. 19 months of discipline and hard work to get myself out of the worst place I'd ever been physically into the best place I'd ever been physically, all for it to go away like that. It would have been very easy for me to slip into a place of hopelessness in that moment. But I didn't do it. Because I had already learned my lesson, because of the path that I had already been on, and the obstacles and the barricades and the barriers that I had already blown through, there was no way I was going to give up. Instead, I leaned into hope, and I leaned into my faith. And what happened next? I can't even really find the words to explain it, but I can just tell you that earlier this month, the doctors told me that the cancer is absolutely in full remission, without ever going through one single treatment. Can't explain it. Some things are just miraculous, some things are just divine. I don't know where your faith is, but that emboldens mine. I know where my relationship with God is, and boy did it get stronger that day, and it continues to get stronger every day. But aside from that, I'll just tell you this though. I absolutely made a choice when I got that diagnosis. And the choice was, hey, we're not gonna fall into hopelessness, that's a trap. We're gonna lean into hope, and we're gonna find one thing that we can control, and we're gonna control that piece of it. And what I found in my life is that when you find one thing that you can take control of, it compounds and it gets better and better and better. And we start to move to a destiny and a life that we're all promised and we all deserve. You deserve it too. You deserve to be in a place that's lighter and brighter than where you are today. And I know that there's a path forward to that place, even if it doesn't feel like it today. I'm a very visual person, and so when I feel like things are dark, I feel like I'm in the middle of this storm and everything's just swirling around me uncontrollably. And then I visualize myself like focusing on one thing in the swirl, and I reach out and I grab it. And I say everything else in my life can be in complete disarray, but this one thing, I'm gonna take control of this one thing. And in my experience, as I take control of that one thing, it leads to control of another and another. And slowly but surely, the swirl starts to slow down and it settles. That's what I want for you. I want peace for you. I want calm for you. There's a Bible verse that really resonates with me. A little over a year and a half ago, it popped up in my life like 10 times in 1 week. It was unbelievable. It was like trying to beat the message into my head. And it's Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. And it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not in your own understanding, but in all your ways submit to him, and he'll make your path straight. That doesn't mean that everything's going to always make sense. It doesn't even mean that everything's going to always work out the way you want it to. But what it does mean is that you don't have to take this journey alone. Find something that you can control, lean into hope, find that next right step, and surround yourself with people that want the best for you. And I promise you that if you'll do that, the same way that problems have been compounding in your life, the solutions will start to compound in your life as well. Because you're not done. As long as you're here on this earth, you're here for a purpose. You're not here by accident. There's a reason why you're here. There is some purpose that you've yet to fulfill. And if you lean into hope and you think about moving forward step by step, next choice by next choice, next decision by next decision, you're going to get there sooner than you think. I promise you. You're not alone. There's people all over this world that love and care about you, including me. I'm here in Tampa, Florida, and just thought, I should take a couple minutes and record a video for you. Seriously, you. The person that's watching this that needs this message is the person that I'm doing this video for. Think about that. Some stranger that you've never met cared enough about you to take the time to deliver this message, hoping that it would resonate, hoping that it'll allow you to make that next right decision. And choice by choice and step by step, you'll start to move forward. My mantra in life is not done yet. You are not done yet. I'm not done yet. We're not done yet. And we'll never be done. Because no matter how successful I am, there's always going to be a next thing, a next goal, a next project. And no matter how bad things around me get, there's always a next step forward. No more hopelessness. No more burying my head in the sand. No more throwing my hands up in the air. Let's live intentionally. Let's take control of one small thing. Let's make the next right decision that can help us to be 1% better day by day. And watch where you end up. You're not done yet. There's a beautiful life ahead. Lean into hope, fight off hopelessness, and continue to move forward. I love you guys.